here again. I wasn't worried about my speech at all until I heard Kevin and Shannon speaking. I'm really worried. Shannon, wow. Kevin, thanks. Put me under pressure. You know, during the service today, I couldn't help but think to myself how funny it is that history repeats itself. I mean, 27 years ago today, Kevin and Maria, Kim's parents, were sending their daughter to bed with a dummy. And tonight, it's happening all over again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Family and friends, boys and girls. A wise man once told me that the best man's speech should last as long as it takes the groom to make love. Thank you very much. Hope you have a good evening. Dinner will now be served. Round 2 for Mark. For those of you who have the pleasure of not knowing me, my name is Socrates, better known as Socks, and I am Mark's best man for the evening. Now let me get this right and straight from the start. Marc is the best man here tonight. I'm just a good guy trying to get ahead in life. And have the honor of speaking at Mark's wedding. Like I said, I'm one of Mark's best mates and I have the honor of being his best man. It's a great honor. But in all honesty, I'm a little bit nervous about it because Marc told me the speech needed to be funny. But I do feel a little bit comforted by the fact that I've actually rehearsed the speech in front of a live audience. I went down to the local old age home and I think it went down pretty well. They all pissed themselves. This is going to be a short speech because of my throat. Marc and Kim said if I went on too long they would slit it. But coming to this point, before we carry on, I just want to make a toast to the bridesmaids. You all look amazing tonight, especially with those cowboy boots on. Leave the boots on. Can you everyone please raise their glasses and toast? Can everyone please be upstanding to the bridesmaids? Now, if there's anyone here who is feeling nervous, apprehensive, and queasy at the thought of what lies ahead, it's probably because you just got married to Marc Delaporte. Yes, Kim, you just married Marc, and you look breathtakingly gorgeous on the day that you did. Not that you're ever going to look anything short of spectacular. Well, Marc, well, you just look surprised, shocked, and relieved. And with good reason. I mean, this girl actually married you. She walked down the aisle, had a chance to change her mind, and still said yes. And with this, and by I mean all the guys here tonight, would like to make a presentation to you. So can I please ask Graham Smith, the captain of the South African cricket team, to present Marc with his captain's armband. Marc, you are now, without a doubt, the never to be replaced captain of the OAC, the Overachievers Club. Put it on, Marc, put it on, man. If you ask Marc how he and Kim met, he will paint this pretty fairy tale for you of how he met her in Plet, spent hours talking, then started courting her, visited her in America, took her to London, brought her back to Cape Town, and built a home for them. The truth is as follows. he made her best friend Michelle and me fight so that the girls, Kim and Michelle, would not get back in the car to drive to Cape Town with Ilan and me. He then had her exactly where he wanted, cornered in the back of Giggs's Mini, where's Giggs, for 5 hours on the drive back to Cape Town, where he proceeded to chew her ear off, only shutting up when she finally agreed to a date. After a couple of dates, she decided to flee to Miami. Mark stalked her and followed her there, kidnapped her and took her to London, where he shut her up without her parents' permission. He then brought her back to Cape Town and finally won her heart by buying her a dog. Yes, Mark, don't ever kid yourself. Nala is what sealed the deal. When Mark and Kim originally moved to Cape Town, they moved into her parents' place. Not ideal. So after months and months of looking, they found a spot in Sea Point which, to put it mildly, needed a complete makeover. Mark and Kim saw past the rubble and the rubbish, and they saw the potential in the place. And they moved in, negotiated with the landlord, and they were moving in and they were going to fix the place up. I was a little bit concerned because Mark was always working, Kim was busy at work, so they weren't getting in contractors, so how are they going to get the work done? Mark, rating himself as a bit of a DIY guy, reckoned that he was going to get this done by himself. But I was concerned, as I said earlier, that they were so busy that how was he going to get it done? So after a couple of weeks, I had a couple of drinks and I said, Mark, I raised my concerns. What's going on? How are you getting the work done? He assured me that the work was getting done and they were banging and screwing at every opportunity. I checked that with Mark before I said it, don't worry. Tonight, Mark and Kim, is the celebration of your love for each other and the start of your lives as a family. So Kim, I just want to take this opportunity to welcome you into our family. Because like I've said to Mark in the past, we, his friends here tonight, are his family. So welcome Kim, we're proud to have you. Kimmy. You're a beautiful, loving, generous, and amazing girl. One that I've got to know and grown to love over the last few years. You definitely deserve a man who is loving, caring, easygoing, and supportive. And that's why I'm so glad that you married Mark today before you met someone else who ticked all those boxes. I love how your home is always open to me and that you love and cherish Mark with all your heart. I can see by your eyes and your smile whenever he is next to you just how much he means to you and how deep your love for him actually is. Mark, you're one hell of a lucky guy, bud. Although Kim, I'm a little bit concerned with a couple of comments you've been making lately. Like that one time at Valora when we were having our takeaways and we had our bonus to take home to Nala and you pointed out to Mark that mine was bigger than his. That proves there's nothing wrong with your eyesight. And the fact, and your Facebook status on Thursday, let's not even go there. On the way to collect my KY, wedding excitement. You think you were excited, should have seen the look on Mark's face. Marky, teleport, re. I met Mark a long time ago when he moved down from the Free State. Yes, the Free State. That does explain a lot, I know. Mark says that we met on the soccer field at Camps Bay. My first recollection of Mark is at Vakamata, Him with a bottle of grapefruit schnapps running around pouring it on my mouth, which only proves one thing. He's a far better drinker than he is a footballer. A strong friendship started to forge back then, and one that I can honestly say is only getting stronger. From drinking at Vakamata, to drinking at Eclipse, to drinking at Caprice, to drinking at Saints, to abusing the knob Kevin Peterson and getting thrown out of Newlands while we were drinking, to drinking in London, to drinking in Athens, to drinking at 31. I can only come to one conclusion. Shit, Mark, we've done a hell of a lot of drinking. Do you think we'd ever have remained friends if we were sober? Now, like I said, I only met Mark when he moved down to Cape Town from Welkom. So I wanted to find out a little bit about Mark as a child, growing up. So I got speaking to his mom, Cheryl, to find out a little bit about Mark. Cheryl told me Mark was a very ugly baby. In fact, she said he was so ugly, she only got morning sickness after he was born. And after a couple of weeks, they had to put shutters on the pram to stop scaring the folk from Welkom. She also told me that Mark was a very keen sportsman and fancied himself as a cricketer. She also told me that he still has the record at his school for posting the most amount of runs on the board in a whole year. He was the 12th man and the scorekeeper. That's right. That told me all I needed to know about Mark. Anyway, about a year ago, Mark called me up and asked me what I thought about marriage. I told him I was flattered, but I wasn't that way inclined and we should just remain friends. But I'm very, very proud to be involved in the happiest day of Mark's life, as he was involved in mine. Yes, for those of you who don't know, Mark was there, side by side, standing next to me, when I successfully installed my flat screen TV and PVR decoder. Thanks, buddy. Marky, we've shared a lot of great times together, and I was going to mention some of them to embarrass you, until it dawned on me that I was involved in all of them, and I'd only be ruining my good name if I had to bring them up. One that stands out to where our friendship reached a different level was our trip to Greece for the 2004 Olympics. David joined us and we had the most amazing holiday. And only you and David will know this, but I'm going to leave you with the advice today that my dad gave me in Greece. To the room. To the room. I know that I speak for all your mates here tonight when I say how proud we are of you on your special day. I know that I can always come to you for help, no matter how busy you are. You'll always make time for me. I treasure the advice you give me, and I love the fact that you respect and listen to what I have to say. We have spent countless hours chatting about life, about women, before we met you, Kim, not afterwards, about money, about business, and about the crazy dreams that we had for our futures. I love and respect the love that you have for your family. Your mom and Dunks, Shannon, Roy, Neve and Molly. How you quietly look after your gran and how you did the same with your late dad. I love how in how many ways you are the glue that holds so many of our friendships together. You never ever take sides when your mates are fighting. And I love that, however infuriating it is when I'm the one involved. I love you, and you'll always be part of my family, Martin. Mark and Kim, this is your night. And this amazing wedding is proof of that. You have done this in your own unique style, and you've done it exactly the way that you wanted it. You guys are best of friends, and I know for a fact that you share unbreakable love for each other. The road ahead will not be easy and smooth, but you guys have proved already that you can overcome any obstacle that's thrown in your way. It is difficult for me to give wedding advice, as I'm not married, although I'm sure that the right goal is just around the corner. Unless the police arrested us since last night. Thanks, Foley. The advice I can give you is always remain true to yourselves. Always remember your vows on this day, where you declared your love and intentions to stay together forever in front of all of us as witnesses. Tackle life head on with laughter in your hearts and a smile on your face. May the best of your past be the worst of your future. Please, can everyone stand up, charge your glasses, and join me in drinking a toast to Mr. and Mrs. Marc Delaporte. I love you guys.
Thank you very much, Socks. That was a wonderful, wonderful speech.